get enough of me in the camera, so I don't have to really move a lot. I hate this shit. I hate doing this shit. Nothing good. Let me adjust. I should have did this before. It's called pre-planning, but the fuck, it shouldn't be this difficult. I think we got it. Well, still got to get the fucking camera right. Got most of my head chopped off. But anyway, here we go. Ah, fuck you, lousy motherfucker. Oh, shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna fucking spend a whole lot of time sitting there adjusting the camera, but I named this video The Other Side of Fame. This is gonna be a pretty lengthy one. This is gonna go into detail for the gazillionth time who I am, where I came from, my life, my purpose. You know, first, let's get right into it. My name is, I go by Ralph Thesis, director and CEO of Cultivated Jester. It's my brand. I created it. I legalized the name in, I believe, 2018. Basically, I'm an entertainment company. I write music. I write songs, hip hop, R&B, actually whatever. You know, any kind of song that I feel like I writing, I could do it. Fortunately, well, whatever. Most of the genres I've been dealing with is mostly hip hop and R&B. I tried a little pop too, but you know, my catalog is up there. I got 10 projects online, streaming everywhere. I've released 10 projects from 2017 to 2021. I released 10 projects. That's not, I mean, you know, I started music, actually recording music in 99. That's when I started recording, 99, so yeah, I got 21 years in. But, and you know, back then, you know, we had ADATs, using ADATs a lot. A lot of the beat making things was like controlled. Was the saving on them was a floppy disk. Oh my god, that was terrible. Like trying to load a floppy disk took forever compared to the new shit. Like the newest thing I had back then. I got it down there. It's where's my MPC? My MPC. MPC 1000. I got that. I think I got that in like 2005, and I learned how to. I started making beats on that. 2005, and you know. So yeah. Well, you know what? Let's play something. I'm gonna play one of my older songs. This is from I think 2004. I got older ones, but I don't really feel like going through the process of looking them up or opening up an old computer, you know, that ain't been cut on in years. So I'm just gonna find this bad boy. Hold on. You know what? Can I share this? Let me see something. 1 second. Like I said, bear with me here, man. We're gonna get the party started. All right, guys. Okay. Well, you know what? The camera drunk as hell, but that's fine. I'm gonna play this one of my old joints. I put out an album in 2017 called the Blue Collar Project, and that was my first official like release in the digital world. Um, well, actually, the first one was called a single called "Heated Up," recorded, produced by Zach Jones, and I recorded it at the Pros Lounge with my buddy Heck Nation. It's called "Heated Up." It's on all streaming platforms, but I'm gonna play one of my songs from 2000. This is like from 2004, I believe. Hold on a second. I'm on the raw piece. Just wait a minute. Blue Collar Project. That's it. This is some vintage. This is vintage for me. This is called. Where's that thing at? It's a song on here called. Wait a minute now. See, this is what I'm fucking like. Okay, pull the whole album up. There we go. Okay, I put 21 tracks on the Blue Collar Project because I felt like 21 is a grown thing. Where's that song at? This one. This was produced by my buddy Lil C, Super Slick. Grab you a Super Slick t-shirt. Super Slick, SUPA -SLYK. That's my man. But he made this shit. He made this back in 2003 or 4. But I'm finna play it.
Stories that have inspired me to create my first ever jewelry collection. Together, these rings tell the story of what we all dream of. One.
Since I'm smooth, baby, you can move with I. We can take short trips as I cruise through the sky. Picture me and you in a lip lock while I still be talking soft shit to get you this high. You need a love in your life, a stud to hit it right, a thug without a cross, put up with Christ. I ain't God, but I'm close to him. The mighty thesis, games constantly speaking so fluent. Those that know me know it's abstract. I keep hundreds under one, so they don't know what cash yet. Got clothes and rock the same shit. No job to go to, but overall, I ain't tripping. You can feel it cause I'm deep. Pose my last name, but that Andre won't be. I can leave out the house broke and still won't be outspoken. I got style with emotions. I wanna groove with you, girl. I feel it. We got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel it like it's sorta I wanna groove with you, girl. I feel it. We got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. And when I'm all alone, I feel it like it's sorta I think I like that it's like that. It's too much pushover, cat. I need to shake with fight back. Rest my head upon her breast. Come on, you need some sex. She take me where I don't need a weapon. Inside her mind, I feel her thighs. Her eyes meet mine. We talking like we chill all the time. The more she front, the more she want. And to be real with you, this game ain't performance. Why I'm so calm, it's just like that. Imagine a life on the run, cause he decided to snap. Release the valve of my heart's pressure. The raw measure, lead down the path to some cheddar. And if you don't see it, fine. I got the strength to flex and brush off the best line. Know these players know the game. Know who involved with you, cause dogs don't go get it the same. I wanna groove with you, girl. I feel it. We got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel it like it's sorta I wanna groove with you, girl. I feel it. We got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel it like it's sorta I'm more open than some acres, adore your whole flavor. So why you wanna play me like I hate you? Know my feelings cause they hurt. For real, you need to search inside yourself and see that I'm for certain. I wanna care for you all the time. Baby, my blood rush when I stare in your eyes. I ain't simple and don't tickle pink. They call me good love, nasty, sexy, kinky. With the smarts to run a bank. X on my back, street tactics, wanna start some but ain't. I need my freedom, need my seeds, need for you and me. To see eye and eye so I can breathe. I'm tired of life seeming lonely. Sometimes I need my homie, and can't no hard leg really know me. Cause they all about who better, but we be equal, almost like we fit together. I wanna groove with you, girl, I feel it, we got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel you like you sorta I wanna groove with you, girl, I feel it, we got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel you like you sorta I wanna groove with you, girl, I feel it, we got some things to do. Let's keep it so real. I wanna groove with you, know your touch. When I'm all alone, I feel like you sorta Yeah, that's like I said, that's from that's off the Blue Collar Project. This song was recorded in 2000 and I think 2004. Yeah, we recorded this in 2003 or 4, one of them. But you know, that was it's part of, it's just what I do. You know,
if you create music, you need to start using the best online music. And with the old music, you can try the best. Free for 30 days.
Let me see. What I'm trying to think what machine he had. My man Lil C made that. He made that beat off the Akai. Let me get this right. Akai ASRX. And my buddy, one of my buddies, he had bought a Akai ASRX Pro, and that's actually the first piece I ever learned how to tap a beat out on was the ASRX Pro.
I got an email from this company called Listen, and they were like, "Yo, check out this MIDI chord pack." I said, "Nah."
So you know, I said, but you know, I'm pretty much. I'm one of them people that I've been through a whole lot of shit in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that I did to myself, you know, by not listening, being hard-headed. But, you know, I spent 6 years of my life, you know, in prison. But let's jump back. Let's jump way back. You know, I was born to my mother, you know, back in, 1974 was when I was born. You know, my mother, she's from Mississippi, Mount Bayou, Mississippi. You know, my mom. That's all I'm saying. For one, for my mom, I don't know what. But, you know, she came up here fresh from the cotton fields, and, you know, all I know is the only part of the story I know is she met a guy. His name was Wallace. He was vice president of a college, and together they made me. From what I heard, he bounced out around 6 months old, and I never seen so much as a picture of the man. So, you know, I guess that create, I don't know. I was raised by, ironically, I call my father, ironically, this is so funny. Ironically, his name is MC. No bullshit. It's 2 letters on his, that's it. On his ID says MC. And the last name, MC Lewis. You know, funny. I mean, I never, you know, as a kid, I never could figure out, like, you know what I'm saying? I never had a clear answer for what you want to be when you grow up. Never had a clear answer for that. Never. And so I guess that, you know, about that, only thing I can take from that now is I'm doing what I wanted to do. I I never did really get excited about sports and stuff like that. But I love some music, boy. I love music. You know, I love singing alone. I love to listen to music. And you know, funny stuff. My dad had a he had a record player, man, and every day I would after, you know, seeing stuff, watching whatever I saw could catch on TV, he had a record player. And every day we get out of school, whatever record was on there, you know, I would just, you know, get to pretend like I'm scratching, taking the needle, just wrecking the record, like all, you know, making a noise. But, you know, it was something about that I enjoyed doing, you know. But I never thought to, you know, or nobody ever paid enough attention to me to, you know, kind of guide me or whatever. And I don't blame nobody. Hey, you know, my mom had to work. Everybody had to work, and you know, that's what it is. But you know, let's fast forward a little bit. I'm adult now, so you know, let's just focus on the adult part. But I actually did my first part of that 6 years in prison. I actually started that at 18 years old. I was hustling, you know, from 11. I had worked my first job at 11, so I got a taste of money, really, taste of having a little money and making my own money pretty early. I used that money at 11 to buy my first pair of name brand shoes going into the 8th grade. I'll never forget it. It was some Patrick Ewing Adidas, blue, orange, and white, the Fat Tom. I remember them fucking shoes because I felt so proud of going to school with name brand shoes. You know, I never went to school with name brand shoes until the 8th grade. You know, we either wore Pro Wings, which was, you know, that Payless sold them bitches, and Venture. They had these joints called Volleys that they sold at Ventures. And the bitches came with a little zip tie to hold them together when you purchase them. You know, they ain't even come in the box, but you know, that's what we wore. So you know, that's that for the kid shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of defending myself. You know, I had to really learn how to crack jokes. You know, because you know, if you used to wearing this kind of stuff, then I mean, you don't know any. You know, this all you know. We was happy just getting a pair of new ones that was white, because we wore our shoes to fucking everything. Only other pair of shoes we had was the church shoe. We had the gym shoes, we had the church shoe. So, you know, when we wanted to play in them, we went outside and we played in these shoes, and we wore them to school, all that, you know what I'm saying? But let's go fast forward to the story. Some more. I mean, ain't really a story. I'm just here kicking and doing what I do. So, you know, it's unscripted. That's pretty much part of why I call myself Raw Thesis. The only time I use script is when I'm recording music. You know, I use what I wrote on the paper, you know. Oh my God, I wrote on the paper. I sound so primitive there. I use what I wrote. Let's go ahead and jump to the future. I'm not taking no calls right now. Let's jump to where I'm at now. Here we go. Let me see. 1 second. Bear with me here. You know, you see me in my, you see me, my bloopers and blunders, and it's all good. You know, this is the humanizing process. And okay, let's fast forward to being 18, going to prison for a dare, pretty much. I pretty much dared one of my friends to do something, and I gave him the gun, and he did that shit, and I didn't really think he was gonna do it. I didn't. my other homie knew, because they had been doing what they do. Me personally, I just been around, you know, selling crack. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sitting there fucking eating pistachios up. Pistachios, good for you. That was a shameless plug on pistachio. Hey, can I get a royalty check? But yeah. Anyway, make a long story short. Let's jump to the music I used to listen to. I listened to all of it. You know, not all of it, but I be priding myself on the fact that a lot of these cats in these little Facebook rap groups or whatever, man, a lot of these people just start listening to hip hop in the past 10 years or whatever. Man, I've been listening to hip hop since it started. You know, I've been listening to hip hop since it started, man. Whoa. Since the 70s, how about that? And you know, I've seen it go through all the transitions up to where it is now. And I think that's part of why I'm so diverse when it comes to the subject of hip hop. You know what? Let's go into an example of the diversity. I'm still going on songs on the Blue Collar Project. How about that? We're gonna stick with that one for right now. So I'm gonna play another song off the Blue Collar Project. This beat, I made this beat. You know what I'm saying? This is like when I first got my MPC 1000, I was so geeked, and this was one of the first beats that I actually made that I liked. You know, hey, that's keyword, me. I like keyword. Your keyword for you should be with you. You know what I'm talking about? Or I, in a sense, you using you, whatever. But you know, this was the first beat I liked. It's motherfucker like. We ain't with no filter back then. Like every song on here is like 4 minutes. It's like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm gonna play it. All right. Yeah, this one and all intelligent thug and entertainment type shit. They collaborate with double deuce records. The Midway Movement. It's your boy, artist, Raw Beast. To live a life broke, a nigga rather be dead. On the flip side, get mine or arrows in your head. Break bread, my part I'm trying to do. Show these spoon-fed niggas what hungriness approves to you. Not your average when I cruise the whip. Your hottest car getting dabs, easy come through spit. Trump fools, fuck who thought the game was locked. Mastermind, hit the menace and I finish on the spot. Hit him with the plot, I want lands and yachts. I need 1 million plus fans saying that Grammys got rocked. Hot, yeah, I'm ready to habanero. Pep your game up and still can't take it where I go. Multitudinous when I do this to break it down. Many wanna groove with the dip, move or get near me, and your horizontal out. It slides on the line. What would you do with power? If I told you I'm rich, I'd be lying. Half the time on the go, I spend most of mine. Feeling like I'm really doing big. Just coming from behind, trying to feed the kids. If I told you I'm rich, I'd be lying. Half the time on the go, I spend most of mine. Feeling like I'm really doing big. Just coming from behind, trying to feed the kids. I've been bad by the man. Counting braces with a Padre on none of my hands. My baby girls need love to death. Let this fiend for music take a thug to other steps. Old dogs can't learn new tricks. I ain't either one of them, so bitch, it costs to get it. Pleasing on the scene when I scream the mic. Dreaming Caddy 16 in the latest 590. Take the wifey on some out of state shit. Rappers are rather vacate than come babbling how they is. Action take place, build or be destroyed. It's calculate the weight after you tear it off, boy. I'm a hustler. Down to science on grass. 60 cents for nickels, 200 to spin a grand. Well, you know, that was me back in like fucking 2003 or 4. That's what it's from. You know what I'm saying? I've always, you know, tried to, you know, keep my lyrics close to me as possible and using my imagination too. You know, that's part of being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I didn't have a fancy car. I still don't got a fancy car, but I drove a hoopty. You know what I'm saying? With big old box Chevy with some little rims on it, and you know, just doing what I do. You know, this song actually comes from a real part of my life where I had my first daughter. I got 2 kids the same age, and 2 different women, of course. I'm not bragging, not proud of that shit. I was in a situation and I just young, you know. But it was one day, you know, me and my family, I ended up getting married to my son's mother. And we, you know, we doing what we do, the everyday struggles, you know what I'm saying? And we had, you know, doing what we do and got behind the bills a little bit. Thinking that, you know, okay, we finna get income taxed. Finna get an income tax. And, you know, I just don't worry about it. I'll file the kids on my taxes and that money will be coming to save the day. And, you know, so, you know, we both got jobs, so we just, you know, then we knew we was getting that money because we always get income tax money, you know what I'm saying? So this particular time, I think this was actually the income tax of, damn, what the hell, when was my daughter born? My daughter was born in 2000. So, this was the, hold on. Okay, right. She's born in 2000. I had a brain fart, you know, because I'm like, the timeline ain't lining up. That's why, I guess this is why people do scripts or whatever, you know, write it down, but I ain't write this down. But yeah, my daughter was born in 2000. So, you know, that's, I'm not like, why was we short on money anyway? Okay. You know, we have been, you know, I've been, you know, we got a new baby, so everything was tight. So we expecting that 2001 income tax to come. And was going to fix everything. And that 2000, my homie actually did it for me. He filed my taxes for me. And knew how much we was going to get back and all that shit. But make a long story short, the day I think I'm getting the income tax, I get that letter, I open it up, and it says, Mr. Poe, thank you, your payment, your total 2001 taxes have been applied to your child support. You know, my daughter's mother put me on child support. And what's messed up about it is, that situation is, when I found out she was pregnant, I asked her, did you need me to put you on my medical insurance, you know, so it could be, you know, did you need me to do that? Back then, we didn't have to wait for, you know, how they do it now. You got to wait, you know, to sign up or whatever. You just add somebody. And she denied it, or said no, but turned around and put me on child support. So I get this first, what I'm finna think is my income tax. I open it up, say your total check of, it was close to $5,000. It's gonna fix everything. God, they took my whole thing. Man, my heart, my soul was gone that day. They left. Everything about me changed that day. You know, You know, it's you know when you struggle to feed your kids, and you know you got a wife that just grinds at you, you know, and you know it just fucked me up in the head because I'm out here trying, you know, I know I made a mistake as a kid, but I'm grown, I'm trying, and they just fucking take the little money I had, took my shit. I worked for that shit. And you know, of course, my wife at the time, you know, there was hers involved too. And how do I answer that? You know, so we just started having more problems, more arguments, and we ended up separating. I went to my buddy's house, slept on his couch, and he was like, "Bro, you should try to write a rap. You got some shit to talk about." And when he said that, I picked up a pen. Make a long story short, I ain't stopped writing since. At that time, I was so hurt. You know, I was just writing, right. I'll be at work trying to. I ran away from my marriage, you know, that day because I felt like a failure, you know, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I know I'm gonna go back to jail. I can't sell cocaine no more, and you know, I really didn't know what to do. So, make a long story short, a little bit later, I lost the job I had. I just kept losing jobs because, you know, shit, it wasn't. Child support taking everything. And then, one time I tried to counteract the child support and get a second job. This is what pushed me over the edge. Got a second job. A couple checks go by. They took the child support, started taking money out of that, and it was just a little Kmart job. Working in the electronics department. They started taking money out of that, and I was only working part-time. So, you know, it's like, man, they took all of that plus whatever I was making from my regular check. So, you know, after that happened, I just said fuck work. I gave up, left my family, and moved into one of my mom's buildings, and I just started hustling weed. Got with my homies that do what they do, and you know, hey, I ain't looked back. I did a 6-year run, no job. You know, all I did was basically I might cut hair here and there, but I really started focusing on making beats and making music while hustling. So, you know, hold on, let's play some from that era. Right there. Let's play this. This is still off the Blue Collar Project.
No, it has a subscription. And it starts at only $14.99 a month.
I made this beat, so I'm trying to play beats that I made, so you can see the growth, the difference. Well, no, actually, I didn't make this beat. I made a version of the song, and then I took those lyrics, and my buddy Hazmat made this beat.
I hit the bar something hard, my spit's adamant, drop down on Mars. Take a glance at the coldness, pardon how I flip shit, artists hit with explosions. Leave them open as I quote the gift, thesis motivate those who prone to roll with. I need studs when they pass up, Grim Reap in the halls who wanna clash with the bad son. I cut you off like MASH, change to a whole nother state, I'm a trained hitting rappers. Catch I fractured from punchlines, have him grabbing for his neck on my swing shit at lunchtime. I'm gonna get a game of break, yo. Niggas get shut up and boxed out and hit San Pedro. I'm here to make dough, alright? That's what they call rollers when I say it over mic. I rain like the spring and fall. When the game won't drop, I rain on all. I rock Like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans, I rain. Like the spring and fall, when the game on drop, I rain on all, I rock. Like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans. I used to rock a lot of cop cuffs. Now I'm out pushing units, got squads on the bus. Uninfluenced by what they doing with it. I'ma stay thoroughbred, running to them with a 6. I rain. Give a desert a storm. Never hesitate to weather if the weapon is formed. Save assumptions, I'm raising up something. Lil Trey and Donnie P got me waking up for customers. I'm trying to make them hips hop for real. Baby beat straight knocking, niggas whips with ear. Made for streets, so when I rain, the SU's the deal. Creating heat waves when I recite, you feel. The new suspect, I'm subject to wreck set. Come get your attitude adjust to where it's much tougher at. Raw cause walls to break down. By all means necessary, I'ma take pride. I rain like the spring and fall. When the game on drop, I rain on all. I rock like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans. I rain like the spring and fall. When the game on drop, I rain on all. I rock like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans. I thought I told you cats he bred the ball. Check the measurements to the edge, I accept calls. I changed 14s to 448. Learn the scheme of many things. I look forward to your hate. Turn my back while you frontin'. Snatch my burn out the back, you gon' feel the blaze coming. In a flagrant one got patience. Ain't no finger better D bars be stretching out your favorites. I mean shoulders like they places. My 16s unload and beef get froze with the glaciers. Making simple so the crowd can feel them. Style devour instrumentals on some real life building. Ill mic skills when I flex is hot. Thesis equal MCs picking resting spots. Man affected with the art. Picture depth of vision when I spit. Y'all know the bras on the mission. I rain like the spring and fall. When the game on drop, I rain on all. I rock like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans. I rain like the spring and fall. When the game on drop, I rain on all. I rock like heavy metal bands, got the game on lock. I ain't estimating plans.
Yeah, well, you know, that's that one. That's called that rain, but I made that right before I caught the case that sat me down for 51 months straight as an adult. Like I said, I had a 6-year run in the hood, selling weed, carrying pistols.
I got an email.
You know, I called a couple little minor cases, traffic cases, minor drug cases.
What? They got courts for every single thing.
You know what I'm saying? But marijuana.
And so on, like triad,
so,
court progressions. It's pretty insane.
Let's jump up. I caught a case and had to go away in 2008. Just had a new, well, my son was 2 years old at the time. My youngest son, he was 2 years old at the time.
That's fire. Are you kidding me?
You just don't understand. At that time, that was like, when I caught that case, that was like one of the most unbelievable moments ever. You know, in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I can still remember how it felt going to jail, knowing I'm finna be gone, because of, you know, the severity of the case. I had a pistol loaded to the teeth. I had a scale on me, and I had weed, I had cash. I had it like that because I was just coming from the shop / studio, so I was emptying my drawer. And yeah, it was a Friday night. Now I'll never forget that. Mother's Day weekend. I normally would have just called my son and mom to come get me because I ain't had no license at that time. And we just moved out there. But I wanted to, like, you know, just let her chill and whatnot. And I just kept the ride home from one of the people who shot with me. He's speeding. He's speeding. I don't really know nothing about the area because I ain't from out there. I wasn't from out there. So he get caught in speed trap. They run my background, I'm a felon, so That gave them the right to ask me to get out the car and search me. You know, had I known, I probably would have resisted a little bit more. But I already know what time it was. They were gonna press the issue. You know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, I bonded out, got bonded out, fought the case from the street for a year. Oh my God, that was the worst time ever. I think I lost so much weight, going back and forth to court. Every court appearance, I'm dropping 500. Plus the, you know, I'm just working a job. You know, a little job cost in the job. And, you know, so when it's my time to come up with the rent, sometimes I'll be short and gotta take all this attitude and Nympha just treated me like shit. And on top of all that, I'm fighting the case for my life. I mean, it was a 9 to 45 at first. And, you know, they threw it out. You know, they reduced it if I decided to go with the plea, you know, whatever. So I did my time, lifted a lot of weights, did a lot of writing. I wrote like 10 albums while I was in there. And when I got out in 2012. And, you know, I hooked up with these guys named Jazz Fuzz through my brother. You know, Jazz Fuzz consists of Clark Nelson and Aaron Lansman. And, you know, I had all this music I had wrote. I had my old beat machine, but, you know, I ain't have no studio or nothing. I just had a beat machine and a laptop that was software outdated, you know. I got a job. I got out in 2012, August 28, 2012. I looked for jobs. Everything I used to do, I couldn't do it because the field I was in wouldn't accept me because I had the felony. You know, I'm a customer service expert. You know, customer service, you know, retention expert, just customer service and sales. No job will hire me for doing that. So I had to take whatever I could get. I was like doing odd jobs. My mom had this lady named Connie. She's an older lady, handicapped but elderly as well. So I would go and help her. I would drive her around if she needed to be driven around. Groceries, take her grocery shopping. And, you know, if she needed help with her computer, I'd come over there and fix her computer or whatever, get everything right for her. And, you know, Connie did the nicest thing for me, man, when I didn't really get a chance to spend a whole super lot of time with her, because once I started working in from September to the time I started working, I would see Connie often, you know, and you know, and it was cool. I enjoyed her company and helping out, and you know, she needed rides. She needed a driver, so it was just interesting. It was just a cool part of me. I felt like, you know, to help. And I really wasn't trying to hit her for a lot of money, but she insisted on paying me every time. And that money, I swear, I used to take it.
Yes, you heard me right. Only 3 clicks. Click number 1. Just paste the text.
I should take whatever, you know, I had from her.
Click number 2. Choose the language and voice that you want to use.
And try to, you know, give it to my kids.
And finally, click number 3. Click on generate.
I wasn't gonna go back to selling drugs or none of that shit, but.
And you didn't have to pay a single cent, and didn't have to wait a week to receive.
That was that part right there. Life was almost as worse as prison. You know, being out in a grown man and you can't. You helpless. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody up here and you just like a fucking ant. You know, I ain't even had no clothes. You know, the clothes I had
This video is created
before, you know,
and you are still here
my
watching
my
this
son's
video.
mom, you know, they got lost in storage or whatever.
So here is the deal. For a
so
limited time, you're getting
only
the
clothes
deal.
I had was
Normally, you will
my
sell
my
some
younger
clothes
brother's
on monthly recurring service.
hand-me-downs.
Because
And I'm
you're
a
in the
fucking
first 1,000
37-year-old
people
man.
You get the special founders offer.
You know what I'm saying? You know that shit. It changed me.
The price you see on this page is the lowest it'll ever be.
When I finally did get a chance to get a job. Like I said, I got out in August 28th. I got a job on December 3rd. After so many interviews and, you know, bus rides here and there, trying to get a job, you know what I'm saying? I was distracted. I was not distracted. I was distraught. I was hurt inside, and I got that job in 2013. I tried to apply for a forklift position, and I was rusty as hell on the forklift, but I knew how to drive it, but I was just moving slow, and I wasn't fast enough for their liking. And she was like, called me and told me that on the phone, and I picked it, you know, and I'm like, well, she was like, well, you know what? We do have a labor position for you. It's called material control, just to get you in the dough. They start at $8 an hour. And I thought to myself, man, I'm finna go back to doing what I do. But then another part of myself, the conscious person that I created to overrule all stupid thoughts, you know, said, man, you just did 51 months laying on your back, making 45 cents a day. Get your ass over there and take that job. I took that job. I mean, you know, this little process went on in my head real quick, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, if it could get me in the door and I can get you know, I can grow with the company, I'll take it. I got in there, man. I was the hardest working motherfucker for $8 an hour. I was determined. I was pulling motherfucking. I'm talking about I was working so hard, my motherfucking feet. I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Every day I got off work, my feet, I couldn't even feel them bitches when I sat in the car. You know, I couldn't feel them. My motherfucking feet. And when I got home, I was throbbing and bumping. I ain't never worked that hard in my life for $8 an hour because I didn't want to go back to jail. But 3 months of that, feet eventually got normal, used to it. So 3 months of that, they come like, I'm like, man, I get in the union now. So I'm making $8.50 now. So plus I got medical benefits. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I talked to my lead and I'm like, hey, you know, y'all, you know, you missing, you know, y'all not utilizing my full potential by keeping me at this little position. He's like, okay, well, you're really good worker, man. I hate to let you go, but we'll let you try this. So they took me a step further, like 50 cents more for cutting, being a cutter, working this knife, cutting the flash off big plastic parts. That was cool, you know. The first day of that shit, my motherfucking hand felt like a baseball mitt. It was big as a baseball mitt, swollen from, you know, 8 hours all day cutting, 8 hours, you know, butchering shit. But I was on time for work every day. If they offered overtime, I took it. So, you know, the $8 and the $8.50, $9, whatever, then started looking better because I'm taking all the overtime that I could get. You know what I'm saying? And once I got that, once I did that, they came to me like, Andre, Mary Ann wants you to sign up for material for setup technician. I'm like, well, I ain't know Marianne like that. I'm like, well, who? I'm just back here goofy, just happy to be free, happy to be a free man. So I signed up. I signed up for this position, and they jumped me. That got me like $3 more. You know what I'm saying? Bumped me up. So they trained me in that, and the downside of it was I just found a new love. You know what I'm saying? And they told me the position. I'm gonna get the position, but in 2014 I would have to go to third shift. That was the condition. And that 2013 I found a new love, and when they switched me in 2014, everything changed again. And you know, love, I still was in love, but you know, she wasn't. But yeah, but I'm saying all this stuff because this is part of, all this shit is part of why I am the way I am now, and why I like to, not like, but you know, I choose to just be alone, because every time I put my heart into something or somebody, they let me down, man. My best friend, I'll tell you a funny story of my best friend, you know. I don't say no names, but if he ever see this, he'll know I'm talking about his ass. My best friend, you know, long story short, we had went and recorded somewhere. Guy had a studio that we knew, he from around the way. He had a studio set up downtown. So, you know, we went, all three of us went and recorded it. But I know Jerry, I'm like, man, I hit him up on one of my own occasions, like, man, I want to record this song, you know, off a beat I made, and then he made one of his, gave me one of his. But long story short, I'll go back and tell my buddy after I'm done, I'm like, Joe, check this out. I recorded this with him. He's like, you recorded that with Jerry? He's like, why you record with him? I'm like, huh? What do you mean why I record? I can record what the fuck I want to record at. Well, I can work with who I want to work with, you know? But my man was straight up jealous or angry about it. The way I knew he was angry about it, because we lived in the same building. His family, I got my family. We in the same building out here in Justin. So he needed me to drive his car while he dropped his wife's car off at the shop or whatever. So I'm driving his car. Of course, you know, we've been making music, so he got CDs. I always go through the CDs, all shit. I run across this one particular CD, just letting it play through. And I hear this song like, hey, yeah, Benedict Arnold. And I'm like, oh shit, it's my buddy. And it's a good beat too. I like the beat. You know, he used to give himself all the good beats that he made. But you know, that's what you're supposed to do, you know, now that in retrospect. But I'm listening after he said Benedict Arnold, and I'm listening. I'm like, I wonder who he talking about. You know, I'm innocent. I've always wanted to be naive, and I thought the world was like, you know, if you cool, everybody gonna be cool with you. That's honestly how I fucking thought the world was, man. You know, I didn't consider myself a person to make a lot of enemies and stuff like that. But long story short, I'm listening to the song and I'm like, hey, this nigga talking about me. Every detail is like, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about me. So to prove my theory, what I did was, right before when we dropped the call, I know I'm watching him, so I rewind the CD to the song before, so by the time he get in, he'll just think I've been at that song, got into that song. So I let this song play, and then he in the car now. So the next song pop on, the one where he made the diss on me, popped up. And I'm like, soon as that song came on, he ejected the disc. I'm like, man, bro, what? Man, I want to hear that. That beat was kind of decent. And he didn't put it back on. He's like, yeah, just a little something. He changed the subject and put something else on. But he wouldn't put that joint back on. And, man, I'm like, shit. Okay. That's how I found out it was the real deal. But you know, I ain't say nothing. To me, friendship is always more important than anything. So I just kept it to myself and pretend like I never heard it. But I heard that motherfucker. And you know, and to this day, I ain't never really said nothing to him about it because it wasn't no big deal to me because, you know, it wasn't no big deal. You know, it just hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? That was the most big deal about it. My motherfucking feelings was hurt, and you know, and that's part of why I don't really trust people no more. I mean, I still trust people and whatever, but I just pretty much stay to myself. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but I'm over that shit. Now let's jump forward to. I don't even know where the fuck I was at. That's why they write scripts. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, I after 2014, I started. You know, I'm just in my zone every day, writing every day, writing songs every day. And if you think I'm lying, let me show you something. I'm just gonna grab a few files. Every day I was writing while at work. You know, because this is one. These are songs that I would write every day at work because, you know, that's what I was doing. It was just in me. You know, to prove I was doing this shit at work. Look, this is one of my papers that I would. This is my log when I was a process tech. You know, I would go on the back of these papers and write raps on the back of them all day. Look, this was material handler position application, and you know, I was looking for this for somebody because I was a process tech and the material handlers worked under me, so I wanted to have this to you know, ask people their qualifications and whatnot. But yeah, that shit, this is not even half of all that shit. These is like years of everyday just writing. But and what happened was I was on third shift, and I was fucking with my buddy Heck Nation and they whole movement. Here again, I had put my thinking I was a part of something, and all along I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a part of, you know, the movement, whatever. You know, we still always gonna be cool outside the music, but you know, I found out I wasn't. You know, when they signed a recording contract with somebody or whatever, and I wasn't a part of that. When I catch writer's block, if I ever call writer's block, one thing I keep handy to never catch it is I gotta let me find it. One of these. If you're a writer, you should always keep one of these. Where the fuck is my baby? Oh, it's right here. These will help you never have writer's block again. Rhyming dictionary. I had one of these when I was in prison. I told my mama to send me a rhyming dictionary and a thesaurus. Oh my God, I got so much shit that it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's how I not get writer's block. Just I don't never get it. You know, I have to get writers stop. Like, stop, nigga. Just don't write no raps. Don't write nothing. You know, because I do it often, and none of this shit sounds the same. It's weird that I can remember if I said something 500 songs ago. I don't understand how I do this when I can barely fucking memorize a rap You know what I'm saying? But it's weird. I don't repeat myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? And if I do it on purpose. And you know, let me just give you a quick example of some shit. Like, now you saw that big old stack of papers I just had. This is just one drawer. I got 3 drawers in this little thing attached to this. Now you see this stack. You see this stack of paper, right? A lot of this shit ain't even recorded. A lot of it is, you know what I'm talking about? These are all lyrics. It's all lyrics on the back of shit. Even if it's just a little snippet. It's all lyrics. Oops. But yeah. But anyway, my timeline is all over the place. But this one, these are when I first started rapping. I would go to work and, you know, shit, write raps while I was at work. And my wife was getting on my nerves so bad, I'm like, oh, I need something to do. But this was when I remember this, I swear. I used to work for Vanru Collection Agency. This is a Vanru form right here. This was look at this shit. Look at the date on this motherfucker. This was when I could probably go through these papers and find when I first came up with the name Raw Pieces. Look at that. I'll put the date up there. See the date? Oh, come here, bitch. That motherfucker. Hey, the fucking phone seen that date and fell the fuck over like, nigga, you been doing this shit all this time and ain't getting us no money? That motherfucking thing fell the fuck up. Hey, but yeah. But, and this is a rap I put on the back of it. It's called Player's Heart. I'm finna read this shit. Fuck it. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. How the fuck is this out? Damn. Damn, I just put this song out today. It's called All I Know. I just put this out. All I Know remix. I just put this out while I was at work, and it's already up. I'm like, how is this playing? I'm thinking to myself, how come this song playing? Wow. Some days you do, some days you don't. Okay, but let me finna read this. This is some shit I wrote. I'm gonna give it, I got the exact date on this motherfucker. I wrote this May 24th, 1999, right there. See the date? 99. All right, let me see if I can read this shit. Now, if it's all for the money, I'll take $2 million for a show. Come on, man. Call be disturbing me. I said, now, if it's all for the money, I'll take $2 million for a show. A real deal for my heart. I love life more than dope. Can't say fuck the hoes, because a lot of them might like me. But unlike he, I ain't your trick daddy. I'm the motherfucking, what? I don't know what the hell is it. But unlike he, I ain't your trick daddy. Ooh, I was writing terrible. I mean, the structure was off. You know, the words was there, but I didn't know how to eliminate words or none of that. Let me just try to read this shit. But unlike he, I ain't your trick daddy. I'm the motherfucker that stick you rapidly in your place. I'm your majesty. King of my castle. Don't have to wrestle with neighbors, because I savor my paper and watch it. Plus, damn, I don't even know what a rhyme is. Majesty, king of my castle, don't have to wrestle with neighbors, because I savor my paper and watch it. Plus, I'm moving up like the Jeffersons. Optics got me. I'm moving up in my life like the Jeffersons. Optics guided me through all, whether I escalate without a staircase. This shit retarded. I'm not reading this no more. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was a lot of that shit. And imagine trying to go to the studio with that shit. And every time we would go, my buddy, I have to edit the shit, or I'd be in there blah, 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 trying to read the shit, and it just don't fit. And let's go and move up a little bit. I want to give a salute, a special thanks to one of my greatest friends. When I was going through some shit, she was right there. She was with me, and she believed in me. And she liked what I did. She liked my the shit I wrote. So what she taught me how to structure it. You know, like poetry. Without I used to write in whole sentences. So she taught me to eliminate words. That was the greatest gift I ever got from a person, outside of course being a father. And that was one of the greatest gifts I ever received, because once she showed me that, she took one of my writings that I had wrote while I was at that job. I wrote a writing, and I would bring it to her and like, hey, check this out. You know when you first start doing something, you be geeked up. You want people to see it. Like when you get something new, you geeked up. You go outside with it or whatever. That's how I felt about my writing. So she took it and she's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna be real honest with you. You can write good, but you don't know how to format it. And you know, any other time I would have took offense to that, but by me liking her, she a girl, I just shut up and listen. And I'm like, well, what? You know, she just took it and did her editing, and then she rapped it. I'm like, whoa, that's mine. And then she showed me what she did, and I perfected that technique over the years, to whereas now I don't have to do it. And if I do it now, it will it ain't that many edits I have to do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, not only now, let's just jump into the present. Not only do I rap, you know, I've always sung too, but I would never do it in front of people. I would always do it like in the shower or at home with nobody around. I always sing it. And it took me to, when I first felt like I was in love, I actually like sung a song to this lady, and shit, I recorded it for her, and I let her hear it. She loved it. She would play that song every day. It stayed in her car, man. And when they changed my hours, that fucked that old thing up. But you know, I think I fucked it up too, because I be in my head too much. But I ain't on that right now. I'm trying to wrap this video up because I hit my mark. And so basically, I'm gonna go to this is an example of a finished product of Raw Thesis to this day. You know what I'm saying? All the hurt, all the shit I've been through, and all the hurt I caused. I'm gonna say this one thing before I stop talking. I'm gonna stop the music. I would give anything in my life to be a better parent. You know, that is why everything I do, that's part of why I do it. I just want to give my kids something I never had. You know, and I thought all this time, I thought money was what I'm supposed to give him that I never had. All along, it's time. You know, and unfortunately, time is something that you will never get back. And I regret a lot of what's in here, you know, holds me back from being the greatest parent I could be. I'm trying though, you know, and You know, it's just that same thing. Like everything is on me. Car note, rent, bills. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta live, and you know, kids. I got multiple kids, so you know, I'm grateful that I had wonderful kids, mothers. I'm grateful for that because you know they've been able to fill in where I can't, where I couldn't before. You know, August 28th, 2021 marked 9 years for me being free. You know what I'm talking about? 9 years free. Hell, it took 7 of them years for me to even be cool with passing background checks. So that's why I had to stay on the second shift job for so long, because I could. Everybody doing background checks. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Thankfully, the 2 places I've been, I do good work. So you know my work speaks for itself. So you know I had cushion. I just did a lot of writing. Like fuck, I'm gonna write myself into a dream world. You know. But I finally, once I hit that mark, I knew. I'm like, okay, well let me start. I finally found, make it a little speed up. I found a job, whereas I'm working first shift now. Took some time, got some more grades and shit, but you know, the peace of mind I got now is way different. You know what I'm saying? I've lost. Not lost, but you know, I've messed up every relationship that I wanted. And I ain't gonna say it because of music. I'm gonna say it because of my insecurities and my attitude. You know what I'm saying? But you learn, you live, and you learn. You put a like on my shit. I don't got no likes, no views. I'm putting like on every time I see one of my videos. I'm liking it. I don't give a shit. But Dad, man, I wish I could be a better parent. And you know, I actually got a kid that is a musician, artist, Y2 Dre. I love him to death. He's my boy. You know what I'm saying? He just do what he do. I just taught him what I taught him, and let him go from there. You know. Yeah, of course I want to make things easier for him. So, you know, obviously I'm the fucking guinea pig. Cause I rather try it on me and fail. I can bounce back. I can recover from that. You know, mentally. Nothing to me. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him fail. I want to give it to him when I know it's ready. I don't want to see him fail. Period. But that's another story. We're gonna go from you heard the old. This is like one of my newer things since I've. This is actually I did this song. I released it on my daughter's birthday, June 25th. And I do stuff like that. They don't even be knowing. I care about my kids a lot. I just want them to have the world. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, I was green as hell, but I used to think you just made a video and people just automatically like your shit, like go viral and all that shit. I thought like that, you know, because I came out of jail straight to Facebook. I ain't know shit about Facebook. You can do all this. You know, we had MySpace and all that shit, but Facebook a different animal. But yeah, but I always thought I could just make a video or somebody would start liking it. But over the years, I've of course learned that it takes way more than that. Talent is only 5%, man. And I'm just gonna play what I got. This is what I made. This is called, I named it Kama Sutra, just because I like to be different. It's supposed to be Kama Sutra, but I spell it Suchara just because I wanted to spell it like that. But you know, the name Karma for me, I kind of get it. You know, I'm getting my karma. I'm getting all the bad that I've ever put out. I'm getting it back. I got it. I'm getting it back. I've gotten it back, and I'm still going. So I don't get bad. I don't get bad back a lot of bad because I don't do bad. You know, I try my best to be positive as I can. You know. So let's just play this one right quick. It's of course it's a love song. I wrote it because I was missing this person a whole lot, and no matter how much I miss her, if you don't miss me back, then it don't mean anything. I had to learn to deal with that whole thing as a whole grown ass man. I had to learn to deal with that, you know. And I've learned now. It don't matter what you want, especially if you want it from another person. If that other person don't want it from you, then that shit is a lost cause, null and void. Let it go. It's harder. It's easier said than done. It could be done though. You always gonna have that when you link with a person. You always, especially if you like that person, that piece is somewhere gonna always be in there. So, you know, I'm gonna play this joint and we're gonna wrap this video up. This is called Kama Sutra by Raw Thesis. It's a combination of everything I've learned with dealing with music, including production, mixing, mastering, writing the beat. I mean, making the beat, writing the lyrics, and singing, rapping and singing. It's a combination of everything right here in one. Okay, so I'm finna play it right now. Actually, let me play mine from my channel with the puppet. You know, people probably. I mean, so many people be trying to crack on me because I try stuff. I try to, you know what I'm saying. I try different things. And the puppet is one. At my channel. You know, I got a little dummy. I've always wanted one. And, you know, got a little extra money, so I bought it. It's enjoyable, and I'm gonna really have some fun with it once I take care of this business. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is like everything I've put together in one shot. You know what I'm saying? And I played with the video a little bit. You know, I was practicing with this one, so we're gonna pull that one up. Kama Sutra right there. This is including the video. Hell.
Down on my knees like I'm on top of the world, trying to see if you come over. I cannot sleep, tossing your time, but I'm trying to see if you come over. It's like walking in a dream, limited use of hands, wanna touch but the feeling gone, that old jam. Stuck just from hearing the name, trying to be vague but yearning to the point everything's in flame. Give me the medicine, we can slide right now. Others' presence just can't feel your essence. I'm bogged down with the motorbike. I'm on some smoke in the Caribbean, shots to the cloud, not crying, yeah, you're killing me. Down on my knees, taunt me with the treasure book. Rise, meanwhile I'm feeling your eyes like sex do. Complex moves, Kama Sutra, Gucci shoes, poolside, your stomach quaking, I'm doing the groove right. Down on my knees like I'm on top of the world, trying to see if you come over. I cannot sleep, tossing you time, Your pheromones on my presence, they say it's paper over everything. Your significant status, left me liable to intelligence. Settle for dick so Viking. I want your head in the post. Nail intense, see your eyes just from looking in space. But his taste go crazy. Need to see you like that spitty good escape. Open fuck. You know I take a little space. You know I fiend for it, baby. I know your savage is amazing. Like you know on time. Well aware of the requirements. Little mama, my mermaid, pescatarian diet. Let me breathe it. I'm trying to give you some room. Want you comfortable behind you moving. Making a song like I'm Fred Astaire. It's crackling for the record. Hit the best shit ever when you attach it. I can't hold on, need that centerpiece. Splash me from the back, galloping, you gotta leave.
Down on my knees like I'm on top of the world. Trying to see if you come over. I cannot sleep, tossing you turn. But I'm trying to see if you come over. Down on my knees like I'm on top of the world. Trying to see if you come over. I cannot sleep, tossing you turn. But I'm trying to see if you come over.
Hey man. Man, motherfucker. Don't be doing that shit Monday.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to say, since you came on board, I've been getting some pretty good opportunities, man.
Okay.
Last month, Spotify numbers picked up a little bit, and YouTube is rising as well. Yeah, but like I said, man,
in America, bro, we tend to,
get ready to wrap this shit up. I did my mark.
Somebody giving us our flowers,
Okay, man. Yeah, but I tried the whole thing. Cultivated Jester. You know what I'm saying? Jester. This is the crown. You know what I'm saying? And let me see. This logo, it represents my transition in life for me. I went from being a joke to myself to being a king to me. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I rule the world, it just mean I'm the king of my shit. I take care of myself, I pay my bills, I invest in what I believe in, and I'm going to continue to do that. People, I've been on Facebook testing the waters for years. Now I've been called everything. I've been called the whack motherfucker. I've been called the clown, goofy. I've been called one of the greatest rappers a person ever heard. I've been called it all, man. And I don't take none of it to heart. Only thing I take to heart is when people rock with me, and and they show me that they genuinely care. I take that to heart. But all the insults and how people look at me because I get on Facebook and do something goofy, that don't bother me, man. Because at the end of the day, if you knew me and you see me in person, you'll be like, wow, you did that on Facebook? You did that? Because I play with you if I know you for years. Other than that, I don't do no playing. So for me to do this shit on Facebook, it's like, for people that see it, they be like, man, I can't believe you did that. For me. You know what I'm saying? Because most people that don't know me, but have seen me more than once, I know I don't talk a lot. I don't do a lot of talking. If I don't know you, I don't do no talking. I'm observing. So all the shit I be doing on Facebook is just me just doing what I would, doing what I would do if I was doing what I wanted to do as a career. I want to be an entertainer. I can't say I want to be an entertainer because actually Facebook, you like ground level entertaining once people start interacting with you that you don't know, So that's what I want to be. I want to be an actor, You know what I'm saying? I love the act, you know. I would love it, you know. I try to take care of myself. I don't do a lot of drinking. I don't do a lot of smoking. And I try not to do a lot of poking, but you know, but you know, man, but you know, that's what I want to do. That's why I could never answer the question, like, as a kid, what you want to do. Because even then, it was something in me saying, don't say that because they're going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you and they're going to tell you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I be on my son. Yeah, I thought about it, writing the script all the time. It's just right now I'm focusing on not writing so much rap, and you know, I actually want to do like some short sketch comedy and just some short movies, period. But when you've been by yourself so long, shit, I've been working second shift for 7 years. So it's like every connection I had, I'm like, I ain't been able to utilize it. But now I'm just breaking out the shell, like, okay, let's get back focused. So next year, I'm hoping next year that I'll get the ball rolling and I'll be acclimated to working normal hours, and you know, I can get something popping with, you know, networking, more networking. I pretty much covered a lot of things here in this video, you know, that are going to help me to just remove a lot of my presence from social media, just very sparse. You know, because I've done all the testing, all the trials, all the errors, everything I needed to do, I've done it already. So now, you know what time it is now. So I'm going to talk about that part. I'm just going to show the results as time goes on. I want to say salute to everybody that fucked with me. Salute to anybody that took the time out to watch even, I prefer 30 seconds. 30 seconds of this video or any video that I ever posted. Hey, and if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. And you know, I just want to say, hey, don't ever give up your dreams. Don't ever let people tell you what you can and can't do if you know better in your mind. You know, I try to tell my son every day, man, my man, you could do so much more than what you're doing. Everything I have here, he can access it. He the only one know all my passwords. I buy drone cameras. I bought him a drone. I bought the drone for us, but yeah, I let him work it. Let him use it. You know, teach him how to work it. Give him some sense of responsibility. Maybe another avenue. Maybe you got some friends he want to fuck with and record. I'm just trying to make it available for him. You know, because it's the last one I got, so it's like I'm trying to do my best by him. And you know, hey, I'm not perfect, but you know, I never give up.